Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today is part 3 of the series of videos on business English. So, in this lesson you will learn 6 English expressions that we often use in business. So let's start. The first one is grey area. Now this is a noun phrase. Okay, so what does grey mean? First of all, let's start with this, grey. Well, grey is a colour. Okay, so this is the colour grey. And as you all know, grey is a mix of black and white. Now grey, G-R-E-Y, this is the British English spelling. And grey with an A, G-R-A-Y, this is the American English spelling. Okay, so now let me explain another expression. If we say that a situation is black or white, then that means that the situation is clear. Okay, the situation is very clear. It's either black or white. Okay, now so what does grey area mean? Because as we know, grey is a mix of black and white. Well, grey area is a situation that is not clear. Okay, we're not sure about something. Something is not certain. And it's often a situation where the rules or laws are not known. Okay, so we are not very clear about the laws or rules about something. And it's often a legal thing. We're not quite sure what the legal situation is. We're not quite sure if something is legal or illegal. Okay, so that is a grey area. Here's an example. So someone asks, are we allowed to park in that car park? And the answer is, well, I'm not sure. It's a grey area. Okay, so it's not black or white. The rules or laws are not known. It's not very clear. The situation is not clear. We're not sure about the rules here. Okay, so something is a grey area, then it is not clear. We're not certain about something. Okay, very, very common in legal and business English. Brainstorm, and this is a verb, so we say that we brainstorm something, or I brainstorm something, and it means to suggest lots of ideas for something. So let me give you a common example. So we often use this expression during a meeting, a business meeting, when the manager wants you to think of some ideas. So during a meeting, the manager will ask everyone to brainstorm. So if you hear someone say this, if you hear the manager say, let's brainstorm, the manager is asking everybody to suggest ideas for a project or for something. So let me give you an example. In a business meeting at a restaurant. Okay, there's a staff meeting at a restaurant. And the manager and the team, they are choosing the menu. Okay, they're choosing a new item on the menu. So Sarah is the manager. And she says, let's brainstorm ideas for a new dessert. So let's brainstorm ideas for a new dessert. So this means let's suggest lots of ideas for a new dessert. So Sarah starts with her own suggestion. I suggest a fruit salad. And Claire replies with chocolate cake. And Jane replies with lemon cheesecake. So here they are, the 3 members of the team are all making suggestions of ideas for something. So we can say that they are brainstorming. They are brainstorming. Okay, so they're coming up with lots and lots of ideas. To cut corners. Okay, cut corners. So this means do something in the easiest, cheapest, or fastest way. But this is it has like a negative meaning. If you cut corners, it's a bad thing, because often lazy people cut corners because they're trying to do something too quickly, or they're trying to save money by taking shortcuts, cutting corners. They're trying to do something the easy way. Okay, they are not doing the task properly. They're not doing it completely. They're just trying to do it quickly, and often the result is bad quality or mistakes. Okay, so when we talk about cut corners, it's not a good thing. Okay, so here's an example. So this is a meeting, and the manager asks, "Have you finished the accounts?" And Claire says, "Well, no, not yet." So the manager says, "Okay, take your time. Don't cut corners." So this is a negative. Okay, so he's saying don't cut corners because it's important that there are no mistakes. Okay, so don't try to do it too quickly, too fast. Don't try to save money, or don't try to do it the easy way. Do the job. So the manager is saying do the job properly. Do a proper, complete job. Take your time, do it properly, because it's important that there are no mistakes. The quality is very important. Okay. And another example, Mark says, "This video game is terrible." And John replies, "Yes, I know. I think the designers cut corners." So I think the designers or programmers, I think that they did it too quickly, or they tried to save money, or they didn't do it properly. They did the easy option. Okay, so cut corners. Reach out. Okay, this is usually an American English expression, but I hear it more and more now in British English. Okay, personally, I do not like this expression. I do not use it myself. I do not say it because I don't like it, but it is very important, I think, for you to understand it, because you will hear it a lot. You hear this very often. And it's a verb, or a phrasal verb, and it means, well, this is the form. We say reach out to someone. Reach out to someone. And it simply means to contact someone. To contact someone. And this is why I don't like it, because why not just say contact someone? Contact someone is so much simpler. And reach out, it's quite I find it quite pretentious as an expression. But anyway, it is important that you do understand it. So let me give you 2 examples. Again, we're in a meeting, and the manager says, the manager offers, "If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me." So if you have any questions, please just contact me. Okay, send me an email, or call me, okay, or just come to see me in my office. Okay, so if you have any questions, please contact me. And Claire replies, "Okay, thank you." And example number 2. So Jane is making a suggestion here. Jane is offering to do something. And so she asks, "Should I reach out to Mr. Smith and invite him to the conference?" So should I reach out to Mr. Smith? So this means, should I contact Mr. Smith and invite him to the conference? And our manager says, yes, that's a good idea. Okay, so reach out to someone. Okay, so here we have reach out to me, and here we have reach out to Mr. Smith. Okay, so it's very common, you hear it a lot, especially American English, but unfortunately we also hear it more and more in British English. And don't really advise you to use it, but it's important for you to understand it. Go the extra mile. Okay, so this is an idiom, and it means do more than what people expect of you, or do more than is necessary. Okay, so someone gives you a job to do, someone gives you a task to do, and you do it, and then you also do something else. You do something extra. Okay, so here is an example. After washing the dishes, John cleaned the floor. Okay, so someone asked him to wash the dishes. So he washed the dishes and then he cleaned the floor. Nobody asked him to clean the floor, but he did it anyway. So we say John went the extra mile. So why do we say went here? Because the expression is go. Well, if we notice here, this happened in the past. This is the past simple tense. John cleaned the floor. So we have to put this verb in the past simple tense. And go is an irregular verb, and in the past simple it is went. So John went the extra mile. And here we have a teacher with one of her students. The teacher often works late to help her students. And so we say she goes the extra mile. Okay, so she does more than is necessary. She does more than what people expect of her. Nobody pays her to work late. She doesn't get paid to work in the evenings, but she does it anyway. She goes the extra mile. And here we are using the present simple to describe a regular action. Okay? And finally, go out of business. And unfortunately, with COVID-19, then this happens a lot at the moment. So it means, well, if a company goes out of business, it means that the company stops operating because it is losing money. So it means that a company, unfortunately, closes permanently, forever, and it stops operating because it is making a loss. It is not making a profit, it is losing money. So the company stops. Go out of business. So let's have a look. So it means permanently closed. And so yes, unfortunately, many shops went out of business during the COVID pandemic. Okay, so during the COVID pandemic, lots of shops lost a lot of money and they could no longer operate, so they went out of business. Okay, and again, this is the past simple. Okay, so there we are, that's the end. I hope you've learned some new words and expressions. If you're preparing for the IELTS exam, click here for information about our course. And here are some other videos I recommend.